Hi everyone, Keith Mathis. We're a premier ATP with the Project Management Institute. Today we're going to welcome again to the 7 minutes to PMP mastery. Today we're going to be talking about the PMP exam, looking specifically at the WBS purpose, creation, and components. So what is the WBS? The WBS stands for the work breakdown structure. It gives a visual decomposition for breaking down the total scope into deliverables and work packages, and it can be written in an outline form or a graphical format. Now, the WBS might be something new for many of you because you maybe don't use this or someone else does the work breakdown structure. But in the PMI world, the WBS is one of the first documents right after the charter and after you understand what the scope is that you're going to break it down. And this is where you get your initial estimate both of cost and of time. So what does a WBS do? A WBS organizes, it defines the total scope, it creates a visual map of all the work that needs to be done, and each section of the work is divided into what's known as work packages, which will be a cost to do the work and a cost for the resources to complete that work package. So when they talk about a work package, here's what they're talking about. It's the lowest level of the WBS, and that's a test question topic as well. And so what's the lowest level of the WBS? It's going to be a work package. Now, it's not the lowest level in a project. I can take my work packages and break them down into activities, and that's the world that we live in most of the time, is in that activity world. But the lowest level of the WBS is going to be the work package level. So what a WBS does not do. So this will trip you up if you're not used to working with work breakdown structures. So it's not a timeline. It's not a schedule. So that's not what this is. This is a very structure that gives you some estimates to be able to give you your initial estimates of your project. And then after you look at risk and other things, you massage those estimates until you finally come out with what the budget, the real budget, and what the real duration is going to be for your project. So it doesn't show when task will be performed or how long it's going to take and what sequence. It just basically just shows chunks of work in that particular graphic. And so there's no assignment of resources. You're just saying we think it's going to take 15 hours to do that resource. And so that's what you're looking at with that. So how large is a work package in the WBS? Well, the industry standard is called the 880. No smaller than 8 hours, no larger than 80. And so 1 day to 2 weeks. And so you might see it either way on the test, but it allows you to understand how big that work package is. Now remember, the work package is not the smallest part of a project. It's only the lowest level of the WBS, the work packages. And then I can take my work packages and I continue to break them down. So what about the PMP questions? Here's some scenarios that might interest you. So determine whether the WBS has broken down or is missing information. So the WBS is supposed to contain all the information of the scope of the project and no more information or no less. And so sometimes on the test question, that's what they're testing you for. Did the WBS have all the scope involved in it? The WBS is broken down when the work reaches a realistic estimate of work. Now the guideline I just gave you is to kind of give you that guideline. But once the team believes that they have broken the work down to the work packages that they feel like they can handle, then it's good to go. And so you can move on to be continuing your planning and moving through the planning efforts. So this is an example of a work package. This is the graphical version of this. It can be an outline form as well. So this is on developing an online training course. And so we took project management, and you see that, you see the course design, you see content development in a couple of different places. You'll notice also that you get over here, you see module creation, recordings, quality assurance, and over on the 7.0 evaluation and improvement. So we broke it down into this. Now all of these that are the subpoints, those are going to be your work packages. Those at the top, that's just identifying all the items that's going to be underneath that deliverable. Now, let me close it out, this video out with this. And so if I can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to give me a call or send me an email. I'll be glad to answer questions for you. And so I hope this has been beneficial for you as you learn about working with WBS and work packages, which are very much part of the average test. So have a good day now. Bye now.